Somewhere in an office right now, someone just heard a colleague say, AI could probably do my job in 10 seconds, and laughed a little too nervously. If you felt a version of that, I want you to know it's completely normal. It's not you being behind. It's your brain reacting to something powerful and unfamiliar, exactly the way it's supposed to. But once you actually understand what AI is, not the headlines, not the hype, that fear changes shape. Today, I'm going to show you what AI really is, how professionals are actually using it day to day, and what it honestly means for your job. No jargon, no hype, just clear answers. Let's clear up the biggest myth first. AI doesn't understand you the way a person does. There's no small mind on the other side thinking about your problem. What's actually happening is closer to an extraordinarily advanced prediction engine trained on a massive amount of human writing, predicting the most likely, coherent response based on patterns it absorbed during training. That's also why AI can sometimes state something completely false with total confidence, something called a hallucination. It's not lying to you, it's producing plausible, fluent text with no built-in sense of whether that text is actually true. Confidence and correctness are two separate things with this technology, in a way they usually aren't with a trustworthy human expert. And no, we're not on some short path to AI becoming a self-aware general intelligence. What most of us actually use is narrow, generative AI, astonishingly capable within its lane, but not the sci-fi version. Once that clicks, a lot of the fear loses its grip. Here's the simplest way to picture how it actually works. You've used predictive text on your phone. Type a sentence, it guesses the next word. Now imagine that same idea, but trained on a massive slice of human writing instead of your text messages, and built to track an entire conversation instead of one word at a time. That's genuinely most of what's happening under the surface. It's also why these systems have a training cutoff, a point where their knowledge simply stops, which is exactly why it's worth knowing whether the AI you're using can actually search for current information or is only working from memory. So, how is this actually showing up at work? Mostly in quiet, unglamorous ways. Drafting emails and reports, then tightening the tone before sending. Summarizing a 50-page document before a meeting as a fast first pass, you still verify yourself. Automating a repetitive spreadsheet task that used to eat an hour every week. Handling the first wave of routine customer questions, freeing people up for the complicated ones. Sitting in on meetings and pulling out clean notes and action items automatically. Picture an office manager who used to spend 20 minutes agonizing over one difficult email. Now she writes 3 rough bullet points, has AI turn it into a clear draft, adjusts a line that doesn't sound like her, and sends it in under 5 minutes. Or a small business owner who used to lose an hour every Friday copying numbers between 2 spreadsheets by hand. He described what he needed in plain English, got a formula he could paste straight in, and that hour never came back on his calendar again. Neither of those is a dramatic AI takeover story. That's the real shift. Not magic, just faster, calmer work. The thread running through all of it, AI is strongest as a tireless first draft generator and weakest as an unsupervised final decision maker. The professionals getting the most out of it are the ones who know exactly where that line sits. Now the part that actually keeps people up at night. Is AI going to take your job? I won't hand you a fake, precise number because anyone who does is doing the exact thing we just talked about, sounding confident without actually knowing. What history tells us instead, every major shift from the Industrial Revolution to personal computers followed a strikingly similar pattern. Some repetitive, predictable jobs genuinely shrank. Entirely new kinds of work appeared that hadn't existed before. The net result wasn't the end of work, it was a reshuffling and a genuinely hard transition for the people caught in the middle of it. Tasks that are highly repetitive and rule-based are the most exposed. Work built on judgment, trust, physical dexterity, and messy, real-world context stays much harder to replace. But here's the reframe that actually matters. The real near-term risk isn't AI will take my job, it's someone who's genuinely good at using AI becomes significantly more productive than someone who won't touch it in the exact same role. That's a risk you actually have some control over in a way you don't have control over the pace of AI development itself. And if this transition has already cost you something, or feels like it's happening to you right now, none of this is meant to wave that away. Understanding the technology doesn't undo a real loss, but it does put you in a stronger position for whatever comes next, and that's worth taking seriously. A couple of honest cautions before you go. Be careful what sensitive information you type into public AI tools, and never stop checking its work. Treat it like a smart, occasionally overconfident new team member, not a final authority. If you want somewhere to actually start, don't try to overhaul your whole job at once. Pick one small, repetitive task you already do, one email format, one report, one spreadsheet, and just try handing that one piece to AI this week. That's genuinely how the fear turns into familiarity, faster than any amount of reading about it ever will. AI isn't a mind, and it's not coming for your job overnight. It's a genuinely useful, imperfect tool, and the people who learn to use it well are the ones who come out ahead. You don't need to become a computer scientist, you just need to actually understand it instead of being afraid of it in the abstract. No jargon, no hype, just clear answers. Tell me in the comments what still feels confusing about AI, because that's exactly where the next video comes from. I'll see you in the next one.